Everyone, it's Sam here. So I've made this card over on my Muckers Assemble, which is my live crafting channel, and I want to do a bit of a mini series with these kind of box pop-ups. So I've done this one in a 5x7 and I've added these additional panels. Completely optional. If you don't want to add the panels, then you can have it so it looks like this. If you want that bigger size, then I will link it below and you can head over to Muckers Assemble to see that. But it's part of this kind of pop-up box little series that I'm doing. So this is a version here with a swing. They've all got that same box section. So you can see here and on this one here. And it's just really inspiring me at the moment to, see what I can create using this kind of base piece and then building from that. So for this one, there's your simplified version. But if you want to add something else to it, I think these little kind of side panels are really good. It all folds down, so it'll still go into your envelope. You've got all your space on the back there to be able to write your message. Really easy for the recipient to know what to do and how to display it. And I think it's going to work great for many occasions as well. So let's get started and I'll show you how to make this. So I've used my big words for the Merry and then Christmas stamp on the back. I've used the pyrography stamps for all of the foliage. All of the foliage to this one and these, and I've cut them out myself. And then I've used my North Star embossing folder just to add a little bit of detail on the middle panel there. So nice and easy. So you want a piece of 10.5 by 7, and along the 10.5 side you're going to score at 2.5, 5, 7.5 and 10. And you want to fold all of those folds score lines so they are mountain folds. Okay, and then this is the optional part. If you want to just have it so that the 3 panels just stick out, you can completely skip these. But if you want to do it like me, then you want 3 pieces of 4.5 by 2.25, and along the 4.5 side you're going to score at 1/2 inch, 2.25 and 4, and you're going to create a mountain fold, then a valley, and then a mountain fold. Okay, I'll give you all of the sizes for the pattern paper in a minute. And then for the 3 panels, you will want 3 pieces of 5 by 2.25. So first we'll stick this together. So I'm just going to run my glue all the way down that 1/2 inch tab and then fold that side in half, fold that side over and just give it a good burnish and then fold it. Again, give all those score lines a good burnish. Okay, so now we've got our box piece, and then we want to stick down our panels. So I always like to have the join facing me, that way when it's displayed you don't see any of the joins. So I'm going to fold it down like so, and I'm going to have this one at the top, this one at the bottom with the pattern paper. The pattern paper you'll want, well, it depends because I've left the middle one, that's plain cardstock with the embossed piece, but you'll want 3 pieces that are, I think it was 2.25, I can't remember my sizes now, 2 by 4.75. Now it's up to you what side you want the top and the bottom to go on, because whatever the top and the bottom stick to, the middle one will stick to the opposite. So I think I'm going to have, I want the sentiment to stick out, so I'm going to stick the sentiment on the right side, so I'm going to have these 2 stuck on the left. So I'm going to use the construction glue, and all you want to do is just add a bit of glue to half of the panel. It's non-directional, this pattern, so I don't need to worry. I'm just going to line it up so it's nice and flush with the top of the card, and you've got a nice right angle there as well. And then again with this one, just covering that section, and again, and now I'm going to focus on the bottom left corner, get that right angle and make sure it's nice and flush with the bottom because you want the card to stand up. Okay, and then you're going to do the same with this one. Now there will be a gap in between, you probably can't see it because of the same colour cardstock underneath, but there's a tiny little gap in between. It just means you won't get any catching, and because I was working with a 7-inch height card, dividing that by 3, it was easier just to bring these pieces in a little bit. So then this one I'm focusing on the gap between the top and the bottom one there, and again just making sure it's nice and flush with the side. So this is stuck, like I said, on the right, these 2 on the left. Once you're happy it's dry, you can give it a test and you'll see it will pop out. So if you want, pull the card done. very, very quick. But I want to add these extra pieces here. Now I've run out of this pattern paper, so this one is plain, but I'm going to pop it behind this one because when it's displayed, that's the one that you're least likely to see. But these two, I think it's going to look nice with that pattern paper continuing around the side. So if you do want the pattern paper and you want to cover them all, then you'll want 6 pieces of 2 by 1.5. And all you do with these, I'm going to use the quick grab glue, just run it down one of the sides, and it's going to go right behind at the very end of whatever part is sticking out, like so. And then that one will stick to the edge there. And the length of this is what the measurement from this point to there is, so that right angle, or that, yeah, 45-degree angle. See? So if you do pull it right out, then you see all of that. You could have a hidden message, you know, photos, you could have all sorts on here. So then I'm just going to add the glue on that other piece and then just kind of tack it down. Make sure, again, it's nice and flush with the top, like so. And then if you fold it all flat, you know then it's all going to go in your envelope. Okay, and repeat that then. So that one will go under that one and that one under that. And then I'm going to add my decoration onto this panel and this panel here. So there is the card all finished. So again, now when you bring it up, you have that extra side panel detail. How cool. I just think it's got a really fun profile. Whether you add the sides or not, it looks really good. And then you can just add a couple of panels down the side there if you want a matte layer for your place to write your message. Again, I'll just bring in the 6x8 version. Again, you could add those pieces to this size if that's what you want, and just to give you a side-by-side comparison there as well. But I think it's really fun. I'm enjoying this style a lot, and like I said, this is part of a mini series, so they'll all be in a playlist together. There you have it. So thank you as always for watching today. I'll have all the products that I've used linked in the description box below the video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up and drop me a comment as well, because I do enjoy reading them, and make sure you're subscribed as well so you don't miss out on any future videos. See you in the next one.